Candidate 0201. You have 20 minutes to fill the bubble choice questions before I pull your paper and hand you the trick question. Question 1. Consider the following 3 characters. 1. A rich man who can't find contentment. 2. A poor man who can't find money. 3. A layman who is lost in between. 1 deserves to be pitied, 1 deserves to be envied, and 1 deserves nothing. Please circle pity in blue and envy in red, respectively. Get it? Yeah, I think so. Wait, what? Don't answer yet. There's been an addition. You can't just add no talking during the examination period. Now, before you circle your answers, you have to show how you use the standard physics model to deduce your answer, and also use lots of square roots and mention the Higgs boson and stuff like that. You cannot leave without... Didn't we tell management to get a fucking janitor per exam room? Ugh, fucking dudes. Use lots of square roots and mention the Higgs boson and stuff like that. And how flexible are your cheating guidelines? Calculators, rules, and all the formulas you need are in the cheat sheet. Oh, then all I'm gonna need from you is a higher word count and whatever attention you want to spare. Remember, cheating is only allowed if you tell us the tools you will be using. I'm going to tell a story about a rock, so don't worry, I won't be needing the rock. Rock. A rock. And any attention we want to spare. Are these your final requirements? Mind you, children, this is not just any rock, this is a giant rock, currently flying at 100th the speed of light, billions of miles away from Earth. Look here, you little shit. The only reason we allowed you to take this test was because of a recommendation from someone we trust. So don't. This is a true story, and this is not the first time flying space rocks were used to explore an idea. We've used them to tell stories about divine punishment and regret, to show how helpless we are and how unflinching we can be. But almost always, these stories end with escape or with a solemn acceptance of finality. This story is not about any of that, though. This is more of a business opportunity. So am I worth your attention? How many ears do you want? ET Observatory. This is Fino. We sell cosmic news. Sorry, but for news on non-critical dangers, I can't pay you more than 1 coin. I can transfer you to the Disease Control Center. They pay 25 coins for news and another 25 per day if you loan your body. Thank you for sharing the burden. Transferring now. Where am I? Doesn't matter. Even if we tell you, we'll have to erase your memory, and we don't like wasting time. Then why am I here? Because you're dead. Everyone is dead, actually, because of a dumb mistake you did. Did I mean to? No, you were a very honest man, actually. It was that, you know, caused it. So this is Judgment Day, then? No. That's in around 10,000 years. You're here because we need to find your mother. She did something to the ether and we can't find her. She's the only living thing we can't account for, and we can't have that. The law demands that she be found. You understand? I'm sorry. We've never actually met. We fully believe you. Do you? Really? Yeah, sure. I guess we'll just hang out. Do you want to play a game? Mm-hmm. Since we started talking, I lied once. When was that? Is it now, when you said you lied? Was it when you said I killed everyone? You lose. Now you need to carry some knowledge. You have to ask me a question and not get payment. Unlucky for you, the whole of the knowledge landscape is within my purview, so I know everything. Is there a heaven? Really? No, heaven was just what hell wasn't. Hell was what heaven wasn't. It was all smoke and mirrors, and at the bottom of the illusion was one truth. One who chooses to witness pain bears that pain. One who kills a soul takes his own.
Hello, Mr. Fino. Your troubleshooting request was received. Unfortunately, your request is not within our parameters of aid. Machines only solve technical problems. Your problem is not with a broken button, it is with another. Your vitals show that your sympathetic nervous system is in fight or flight mode. You are scared. Since you are a valued customer, we have a suggestion prepared for you. Mr. Fino, if we can speak freely, you can do a lot with your phone's camera, or any camera for that matter, a lot of scary things. You can fake real people. This is scary. You can fake truths. Scary too. Even scarier, your truth, to be passed off as fake. But that isn't what scares you, is it? What scares you is something much simpler. A question. Should you tell? If yes, then it can't be for free. There are a couple of transactions.
Fino was hesitant, but sold. The idea of the transaction really was a positive sum game. He was going to share his news, open his phone's camera, and forget his dues. She did something to the ether and we can't find her? She's the only living thing we can't account for. One who kills a soul takes his own.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Telling
7,
people that you
8,
know when
9,
everything ends
not
almost
available.
always sends them into panic. And then to the obedience of you and only you. It's a trick of the knowledge trade used by prophets in the Grey Age. Fino was no prophet, but his god was the truth. At worst, he expected a mass pandemonium. He could live with that. But what really happened was, well, a little too absurd, even for someone like him to imagine. Following Fino's broadcast, many people started getting deformities. A sick man could scream like 1,000 could. Then they grew the height and width of 3 grown men. They grew heads in place of hearts, and all the arms and control you couldn't need, until the hand of God himself came and rid them of their misery. Discuss the morality of holding the science of wisdom and then hiding it deep within, shrouding it in complication and word mazes, for no one to ever see. I can't answer. Then how do you plan to not die? Using your help, actually. I need you to upload some things, and then I need you to let me go. Father, world, you are ever with me. All that I have is yours. But my mother was lost, and now she is found. I'm an old woman. You can have my ears, but I'm not doing that walk. Unless you sell it really well. If lying can ease someone's pain and the truth can cause it, then why did you teach me to be honest? I didn't. Some people like living in other people's lies, and some people don't like living in their truths. That makes honesty a preference, not a virtue. Then what do words mean? Whatever you want them to mean. If you say the right words at the right time, you can inspire meaning. But when has lying ever actually done that? I don't know. You tell me. Is it working? What do you mean? Good liars disarm you. Make whatever you do later feel like it was your idea. It isn't. You know you could just tell me what you want me to do, right? I'm not your liar, but someone is. You just have to accept that you'll never know who, what, and why, and keep being truthful with yourself. Did you do that? Not really, no, but I did my best. Then that's enough. No, it's not. When I lied, people vanished. When I said the truth, they went sick. I need to. But we were always sick. This time it's just more visible. You don't know that. Yes, I do. Being sick is natural. You can't fix nature's course. But acting blind is uniquely human. That's what needs fixing. Humans are flawed that way. I was with the first humans when they had their first question, when they lied for the first time, and they kept getting first what? Shh. Stand in front of this door. Now. Always remember, if something looks blurry to almost everyone, it's probably because someone, somewhere, wants to sell you glasses. What? All my life I thought I was a torch in the darkness. Turns out I was just one of those glasses. It's time people saw that. Unless you have a time machine lying in there somewhere, there will be no one to see anything. Right? What is this? Meet me on the other side, and I'll show you everything. Since we started talking, I lied once. When was that? Wait, what? We failed to see the logic behind that. There's no reason we should let you go. Regardless, you have to do it, because the answer is not with me, it's with someone I know. Then say the name. No, he doesn't have the answer yet. I need to help him find it. I can't interfere with his perception or chronology. He's delusional. Until you get your answer, he won't notice the difference. Suddenly, Fino was pulled away from his body and senses. He saw the depth of the valley of misery and the sadness at the bottom of happiness, the height of all that he loves and the constants of change. He felt his mother's hug and his dad's pride, and the lust of anger and malice. The formula to final resolve, the final solution, was spoken to him in a language foreign to his mind, familiar to his gut, and his gut did the rest. This is the silent song of the law. You have the right to eat, drink, buy, sell, anything. Anything you don't sell can and will be used against you in court. You have the right to love anyone, hate everyone, and kill anything that's not you. Whatever you do, if it doesn't help someone sell something, it can and will be used against you in court. You have the right to question anything, fight all authority, upend our governments and systems. Whatever you choose, if it doesn't further the Commonwealth, it will be your death. This is the silent song of the law. Living is wealth, every day is another coin. The dead are penniless, and the penniless are dead. This is the silent song of this life. This is the silent song of the law. Sophie recently died of monetary causes. Should she be revived? Lately, I found myself thinking a lot about what science is. I mean, what is the scientific method actually? Really, it's a very sophisticated game of bullshit. The card game. This game, however, has no cards. Only grass-fed, free-range logic. How to science. Look at a thing, then ask why the thing behaves the way it does, and if you're feeling critical, hypothesize why you think it behaves this way. Then test. Make the rubber meet the road. If it works, repeatedly, and if none of your friends can call bullshit, you have a theory. If no one in the history of mankind can ever come close to calling bullshit on your cognition baby, then congrats, you have discovered an immutable law of the universe that works anywhere, anytime. You can now consider yourself a super being who can speak fluent universe. In the year 1543, a doubtful Polish mathematician panicked. He did so at the small chance that all the people who came before him understood the world wrong, that the universe didn't revolve around our tiny blue marble, but maybe something less narcissistic. He gave into his doubts, did his maths, and published a small little book called On the Revolutions of Heavenly Spheres. His name was Nicholas Copernicus, and he did not know it, but he was to be named the father of the scientific revolution by our scientists today. I often try to imagine what Copernicus would have felt if we had a way to go back in time and tell him how his progeny would build on his methods to yield high buildings, flying silver birds, the mechanics of the human project, Newton and Turing. I'm sure that he would find everything we describe to be so novel, so alien, that he would show us to the door and politely walk us out to fuck off. Never in the history of Earth has flora and fauna woken up and had our deep existential questions. We've been dreaming for long, and our high reason has fallen victim to its own process. Today's wars are not just fought with guns and money. Today's warriors are not on some battlefield, they're somewhere else, looking for a hiding enemy, down below in the deep trenches of their raging minds. What am I? Why am I? What is my consciousness? What is the shape of it? What should I do with it? Should I A or should I B? I look at these questions and I think, what if we could go back in time and take Copernicus from his roof desk in Poland, but this time bring him to his future, to right this second, to tell him of our questions? Though he would be extremely confused by our clever distractions, scared shitless by the sound of our rockets in the sky, the speed of the human project, the sheer size of it, it is but these questions and the doubts that they hold that would remind him that we are not perfect gods or infallible clever aliens, but doubtful and panicked humans, just like he was before he forever moved our species to the heavens. This time around in our species evolution, our questions, our doubts, our pains won't be solved by state-of-the-art drugs, by technology, or by clever economics. This time we will require a different science altogether. It's Diogenes' lamp, Socrates' finger, Camus' mistress, and her name is philosophy. If the scientific method was built to solve for X, then philosophy was built to solve for human. Built to respect why there's no one God that we all believe in, one absolute religion that we all agree on, one right way to grieve, one wrong way to fail, or one true way to love. It is a science of the human experience. Trust in the process, it got us this far, and it will take us to a future where your progeny will eat pain and suffering for breakfast and shit wisdom at night, sleep like babies, thumb in mouth, knowing their small and fickle place in the stars. They will be content with chaos, their slang will be poetry, they will go into business with God, they will become the best apes to ever play the game of human. I know, all of this seems alien. You can show me to the door and politely ask me to fuck off. You get it. This is your last question. In 7 days, build a world using the following elements: money, oxygen, right answers, endless bliss, silicone, and misery. Important note, whatever world you build, the elements you use must make way for the most entertaining of stories.